How are you today?
I'm
And
doing
how's
great.
everybody doing? How is all the listeners are doing at home? I mean, this is the place to be early in the morning, so that's why you have to see me here. Sport Cafe. If you're not here, I'm sure you're nowhere in the
I
morning listening to
think
the sports.
the color for today is blue. You're donning your blue. I'm donning mine here in the studio. We
Oh,
look so
okay
sharp.
then. All blues
All
then.
right, the big one actually. You have seen it before. You've conquered, and right now we know you're ex-player, ex the Tigers captain. You've been well traveled, NBA to Turkey, Greece, China, Japan, Spain. At the same time, too, we've seen you represent the nation wholly for over 10 years. First and foremost, this team we are seeing, Olympic bound, the Tigers. How would you describe it? You saw them win against the US. They defeated Argentina, world number 4, early hours of today. For you, how do you describe them, the performance so far?
Oh, I mean, the performance for the team was well pleased, very exciting, very fascinating to watch. Hopefully we can build on this what we have done for the last 3 days with two games of beating Australia and one Argentina. And you see that the Argentine teams they are kind of just not as used to. They used to be like in the past when they have a Nocioni, Alberto, Fabio, and all those guys they always score. But nevertheless, I mean, that is their own cup of tea, not our cup of tea. So it's like we getting better, the younger getting better, very energetic, very aggressive in both ends of the floor. So hopefully we can stay on this tempo and keep getting better. And for the rest of the game before we go to Olympic, I wish all the team an injury-free games and injury-free a tournament before the Olympics. But I'm excited. I'm happy. Hopefully, we can build on this. At the same time, not get carried away. Because by the time we get to the Olympics, that is another ball game. You can see they might want to play all the 12-man rotation, 11-man rotation. They want to play the 15 players. They want to know who and who can play, who and who is not going to be on the team. But you never know what they're trying. But nevertheless, that is it. Argentina or USA cup of tea, which they're drinking. We have to drink our own cup of tea. So I don't want us to get carried away. And if you look at the team USA, they have about 3 or 4 players who are very, very good players who are still playing in the NBA Finals. We're talking about Booker, we're talking about Middleton. And those guys are still playing in the NBA Finals. So right now, I don't want us to really worry about that yet. But we take care of our own business. While we take care of our business, getting better, do what we need to do, making all the places, and just getting all the loose balls.
All right, and they are up against Australia tonight. Your expectation from that game, then you have been there before. Looking at it from the angle that they have been winning psychologically, how do you think they will be hitting Tokyo for the Olympic Games?
First of all, I think about the game against Australia today is not going to be that easy, but you're going to play against a team that are well sanded. Rounded off, they go from 1 to 5. They match up our physicality. We talk, and I mean, they're kind of also bigger inside than horse. One or two, they match, they match. We have a good matchup with them, like against Argentina. We outpowered them. We out rebounded them. But they were aggressive on defense. But Australia is going to be a different game because you're coming with a game that had a lot of scorer. You're talking about Pat Mills, who's playing really well right now. Tatum. They also have about 7 to 8 NBA players on the team. They're very, very good players that can score basketball game. That can play well. So it's not going to be a pushover. Argentina game is, as you can see, they beat the USA team by 15 or about over 10 points. So that means they can never be pushover. So those one is also very important. So we have to go there, take care of our business, but make sure that we work it out. That we don't have the kind of first quarter that we had yesterday. But like yesterday, we had about 13, 14 turnovers in the first quarter. So which in against a very well balanced, experienced team like Australia, it might have cost us. Maybe we will have been down with about 14 or 16, or you playing from behind is tough. So that's easy about the game against Australia. Excuse me. So we have to take our business from the beginning, from the jump ball. So we cannot take our leg off the pedal. So we have to do it. A lot of good job. As you can see there, there's good screen and roll with Precious is doing really well. So that's the we're talking about the Tokyo. Tokyo is going to be another game. So because I'm also worried about what I'm also worried about the whole case is going to be the rule and regulations set up by the by the IOC, by the Olympic. You can go out, you can see anybody, you can shake anybody, you can do all those. I mean, just like a 10 or 20 commandment rules. So it's kind of difficult. You have to take discipline for you not to go outside of the box. Because if you go out of the box, you are out of the tournament. So hopefully the players can stay focused, stay dedicated, and follow the rules. And from there, anything can happen. Just take a game by game. From there, we come to come out of our group, which I believe we can. And then from there, we're going to win, then get to the quarterfinal. From quarterfinal, we take another game. We get to the semifinals. We win semifinal. We're sure of a medal, the worst case scenario. So that's just the case. That's how I look at it.
Hey, and we know when they wanted to acquire the services of Mike Brown, we're all worried. I could still remember the unveiling of the coach, and we asked a question. They said something. They had to get him due to the wealth of experience, exposure, and at the same time to be able to attract some of these big Nigerian players littered not just in the NBA but across Europe. Do you think he's been able to meet this target so far?
Oh well, I think he has done well. Yes, yeah, he has done well. But I'll just be having in mind that an NBA game NBA game size is different with a FIBA game style, but almost similar. But you're talking about the people staying in the middle of the lane in the 3 seconds. In FIBA and NBA, you have to get out of the lane, out of the 3 seconds. So there are a few things that kind of just are different in NBA. Very few, not too much. But basketball is basketball. I believe he has done well, but he showed as he was a head coach in the NBA with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was assistant coach with the San Antonio Spurs for years. He's associate head coach, top assistant with the Golden State, who won the NBA championship. I believe we have seen it, he's proven it, and he can deliver. So that's it for me there. But the playing with the Olympic is going to be a different game because it's going to be FIBA rules. He has to get himself acclimatized to the situation. So I believe with his wealth of experience, it's equal to task. Moreover, he had a taste of it, of the FIBA basketball in November with about 3 games with the Nigerian national team in Kigali. So I believe he has done well so far, so good. So hopefully he can finish the business.
You were actually our captain, and right now the question is, if you were to be Ike Diogu, that you know how much he's been able to sweat, bleed before Nigeria qualified them for the Olympic Games, what will be going through your mind right now, knowing fully well they are seated somewhere else, the hotel, we know what they wrote yesterday. I'm talking about while they were watching the game. They had a picture on and they said, this is what we worked for, but we are seated here watching from our hotel room. What will be going through your mind?
I feel bad.
Very bad, right? Okay, now that on the final note before I let you go, let's take a look at the home-based players. We have seen almost like no hope for them. The league still dragging. We are yet to have anything big for the Premier League. And at the same time, too, we are seeing the stars occupying all positions when you look at the national team. Is there any hope in nearest future for our own home-based players to make it through to the Tigers?
Probably just quickly go back to the last question if I can just go right here. As I said, with the Agri Yoga situation, if I have to personally, this is a personal opinion. If I have to make the decision, I would never make that decision. They exclude the young man. I give everything all to this. He was the only player for the last 8 years that there's no national team that he ever made. Qualifier, Olympic qualifier, not just qualifier, it made a lot of sacrifice. And yes, we know that he might not be able to compete with the same level due to age, due to physicality, but not all the 12 players are going to play. You can coach me. Anybody can come back here and challenge me and prove me wrong. You are going to see the player that's going to play 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes in that team in when they get to Tokyo. Some players might not even play at all. Maybe play only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So not all the 12 players is going to play. And look at it. I mean, look at the Milwaukee Bucks. Look at the Phoenix Suns. Look at all the teams that won championship. They never played 12 players to win the championship to compete. The maximum and the best rotation is going to be 9. What is going to make you for you to honor your hero? What is going to make it without him putting all these things together, the team, everything? What will Mike Brown would say you want to come and coach if we didn't qualify for the Olympics? Do not put the people that make sacrifices that don't put them on the bench. Sorry, don't put them under the bus like you just did right now. Respect your heroes. Make them put it. Okay, everybody want to play in the Olympics right now. So how many of them are ready to play in the Olympic qualifier? World Cup qualifier. How many of them were there? How many of them left their job? How many of them left their team to come and play for Nigeria? No, I don't know how many. From there, they went to the qualifier. They qualified. They now went to the World Cup. They still made the same sacrifice. Now the time for them to reap what they sow. You take it away from them. That is absolutely unfair. Especially people like IDO who give everything out. So that is it about that. If I ever have a chance to ever make that decision, I would never make that kind of decision. At least to say thank you. That's why I'm going to give kudos to NFF. The way they handle, Joseph Yobo, the way they handle Mikel. So that is it about that. So now going to the question that you have. Right now, except the people that we're going to really fool ourselves or be ignorant of the truth, that we're going to say that the home court, home basketball is growing, that we're growing basketball. Internationally, it's good. We're the number Nigerian basketball is out there, it's great. But what about the people right here, the young boys and girls in Nigeria? Who their future rely on this one? Lay it on the. Is it a crime for you to be in Nigeria? Is it a crime for you to be born in Nigeria? Is it a crime for you to live in Nigeria? What hope, what future? What example are we giving to these young boys and girls? So maybe I might be emotional about it. Hopefully people doesn't really get me wrong, because I'm a living witness. I started from here. I played for the country for 19, 20 good years. Even never had the opportunity to play for Nigerian national team. Maybe I won't become what I am today if the opportunity never been given to me. So why are we taking the opportunity away? I'm not saying we should put 10, 12, whatever. No. Even if it's one, just one player, let that one be the motivator. Let that one be the challenge for every other one. And everybody want to be like that. So at least we're giving back to this. So are we say we administer the foreign players back because we have nothing we're contributing to those people, but because we're just looking for shortcuts. But let's invest on our grassroots. Let's fix the basketball right here in Nigeria. So if with this one, the game is going to get better, and let's keep a smile on those faces of those young ones here at home, because of like what they called us in 2015. I remember they were out there. They called us Nigerian in diaspora, so that we know how to say. I don't really care about that, because as long as you have Nigerian blood, you have Nigerian name, you are Nigerian, wherever you are. I'm not disputing that. I'm not taking anything away from those brilliant young guys that just did what they're doing right now. But my own thing is like, let's try to give hope, future, and something tangible to the one that stay right here. And let's make them believe in themselves, not to lose hope. If they did during my time, maybe I won't become what I am today. That's just what I want to say. That's what I want to be. Hopefully, we can get ourselves together within the next couple of months and sit together if we really meant well for Nigerian basketball, and we should stop chasing the white elephant project.
All right, I want to say a big thank you to you, Olumide Oyedeji, former captain of the national team, the Tigers, well-traveled, represented the nation at the Afro Basket. You look at the World Cup, won the Olympic Games, and played in the NBA, traveled Spain, Turkey, Greece, China, Japan. Thank you for joining us on Sports Cafe. Actually, we've made it a basketball edition, but really worth it. Thank you.
Thank you, Blessing. Thank you for listening at home, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit down with a superstar Blessing during that thing.
Let me yimu for you there. All right.